Welcome to Guns and Gear Network, everyone. Appreciate you tuning in. Today we're going to discuss the Canik TP9 Elite SC. Stay tuned. Welcome back, guys. Appreciate you tuning in. So today we're going to take a look at the Canik TP9 Elite SC. And if you are new to the channel, appreciate you joining us. If you are a long-time subscriber and viewer, appreciate you coming back and your continued support. So the TP9 Elite SC. So SC stands for subcompact. Go ahead and tell you this one ain't it. This one ain't subcompact. Compact at best, not subcompact. So to me, this is a perfect beginner gun. I'm not saying that you have to be a beginner, but we'll talk about, if you're new to concealed carry, this is probably one of the ones I would recommend. And the reason, I will go over all the reasons. So if you follow my channel, you know I recently got into the TP9 SFX for a competition gun, done a couple videos on it. And I'm kind of late to the Canik game, I get it. So there's been hundreds and hundreds of videos and reviews and all kinds of stuff for all the Canik line of pistols, including this SC. So the reason I never, not that I didn't embrace Canik, it never filled a hole in my needs or collection. So I kind of, I knew it wasn't going to be a collectible, so at the end of the day, right? So it kind of needed to fill a hole, and it really didn't fill one that I needed. Between the Glocks and the, Smith & Wesson M&Ps and all this other stuff I had, the Canik just did not fill that bill, and I just, at the time, didn't want to buy one just to review, and anyway. So when the competition ready came out a few years ago, I wanted one, but the problem I found was it didn't have aftermarket parts, so I still avoided it and still stuck with the tried and true Glocks and things like that, or the M&P for competition type pistols. Well, lo and behold, 2 or 3 years later, parts are starting to come in now, aftermarket support, like triggers, magazine wells, just all those things started clicking in, and so I decided, okay, now I'm going to buy one and I can fix it just like I want, and I've done that, and I love the Canik line of pistols now. I knew I would probably like them based on just all the reviews that everybody's heard, that they're great for the money and all that other stuff, and they got great triggers, right? That's one of the big things about, they say this is for the polymer frame striker fire gun that's got some of the best triggers out there, and I will have to agree with that. So I've got multiple striker fire brands and variations, and this is one of the better triggers, surely right out of the box. This version, the SC, comes in 2 versions, with an optic and without an optic, but the cut is there to add an optic, which is what I chose to do. With the optic, you're looking at a street price around $650-ish, and it comes with the Shield branded. That's the name of the company that produces the red dot. The micro red dots is what they are. So I opted to buy one. Luckily, I found one used but new. Guy wound up with 2 of them by accident through a gun broker issue, and so he sold me this one at like $375 plus the optic was $179, so I still came out, and he had an extra magazine that he threw in for like $400 total for the package that normally it comes with brand new, plus an extra 12 rounder. So I still came out cheaper than trying to buy the one with the optic. Also the Sig Romeo, sorry about that, guys. The Sig Romeo, fairly new to the market, but it's been kind of tested around now enough that I felt confident in it, and because it's SIG and it's Amazon and whatever else, I can send it back. I'll leave a link in the section below down there for you guys if you want to buy one or go to the Amazon store and take a look. Doesn't cost you any extra, just normal. It costs you what you normally would pay on Amazon. So why I think this is a great package for somebody getting into concealed carry or firearms in general, because it is concealable. It is that type of carry. It's a little bulky, it's a little thick. It's not overly heavy, but it's not light compared to some of my others. But you get a lot of firepower, right? You can make it comfortable to shoot. You cannot, like my Smith & Wesson Bodyguard is not fun to go shoot at the range. It's just too small, doesn't handle well. It's literally a bug. It's a backup gun, right? It's a small pistol that's designed for deep concealment. That is not fun for anybody to go shoot. A lot of new shooters need something kind of intermediate, and the Glock 19 was always kind of that gun. The problem with that, it's a little hard to conceal, not easy. This right here is pretty small package, to be honest with you, especially if you put this flush mount in on the, it comes with a flush mount, by the way, that you can switch out base plate, which then kind of makes it a little smaller. It doesn't fit your fingers real well, your hand, because of that. But this is manageable to go to the range and practice. And really kind of enjoy some range time with it, which would be fine. When you buy the package, it comes with 2 magazines, a 12 and 15 rounder. The 12 rounder has this pinky extension. I may look at buying a pinky extension for this magazine that he included in his when I bought it. But I don't know yet. Maybe just leave it as is. But it does come with this little pinky extension, which does help a lot. If you look, just like that. Works fine. And then this 15 rounder, the issue they complain about this little notch cut out right there, just kind of the way it is. To me, that now it feels good. It almost feels like a full size, other than that little bit missing right in there. So just check for safety, no nothing in the chamber there. So the Sig Romeo, good package, I think. And if somebody's wanting to try learning with a red dot, this right here would be a good little package to buy. You get a holster with it. This holster is perfectly fine. I did order a custom Kydex, should be in the next day or so. We'll be doing a review on it. New company I'm dealing with. I did purchase it. It wasn't given to the channel like some of the holsters, so I'm interested to see how that goes. But this one is designed where you can switch it from inside the waistband or outside the waistband by changing the hooks over to the front or the rear. It's got these hooks here that you don't have to take off your belt. You can kind of slide them down and it locks. It's got 2 big, nice pronounced hooks right there that would lock your belt in like that. Adjustable retention like that, snaps in place, but it comes out fairly easy. Don't have to worry about it going anywhere. So Canik has listened to the issues that people's had with their products and kind of adjusted. The holster was one of them. It had kind of a Serpa kind of style with a button on it. Before was kind of their holsters. They decided this, which I like. This is fine. I would use this on the range, no issues. Comes with a little toolkit for taking off your plate and making adjustments to things, sights, whatever. It's got all that. For a new user, it's got a few little features that may matter, especially to a new firearms user. It's got a striker indicator letting you know the striker is to the rear, which means it's ready to shoot as long as you have one in the chamber. So a lot of people I've seen in videos, they call that a chamber indicator. It is not. It's a striker indicator just to let you know the striker is back. And we'll just demonstrate that in a minute. So this right here is the chamber indicator. This little line you see right there, it'll be protruding up when there's a round in the chamber. So let me show you how this can get confusing to somebody if you're not paying attention. So if I just take this and load it and look, okay, this is back. Well, it's still not one in the chamber, so it's not ready to fire. So that can happen. Or you can, again, check it one more time. Now if I put it in, and the chamber, it's not here, and whatever, so it will go, it disappears on you, is what I'm trying to show you. So if you watch, and this has been shown in a lot of these videos, I'm sure, like I said, I'm late to the dance, I get it, no problem. But I did want to kind of go over, if you're looking for somebody new, checking out firearms and stumbles across this video, I think this would be a great starter package because of everything it comes with. Whether you decided on an optic or not, for you folks that decide you want to maybe have an optic, years ago I steered everybody away from optics, all red dots all together. I think a lot of people did until they became more dependable. Now we're past all that, and everybody now is using red dots, some type of optic on a lot of different firearms, including pistols. That's why I wanted a carry option with a, it's very similar in concept to my race gun. I know where to find it, how to find it. I think for somebody new that is learning, yes, I realize you want to train the fundamentals of lining up sights. I get all that. But in a hurried situation, even the Marine Corps has gone to, they're not qualifying anymore on iron sights. They've all went to ACOGs, I think, even in boot camp. So I saw a video on that not too long ago, so I was just amazed. I was like, what? They're going to ACOGs? Wow. So you know, the red dot thing, yeah, I get you. They can still learn the fundamentals, but that red dot in a hurry, especially if you train to it and pull it up and present it and find it quick enough, man, it's nice. And this one is co-witnessed, I will tell you, on the Sig Romeo. So it's got a notch cut out back here. So if you want to, if you're the, you know, iron sight guy and you present it real quick in a hurry, but if you need to slow down and take a shot, you can get that red dot right on there. Really nice. So, but if you want to, you know, get into those iron sights, it co-witnesses fine, and you can see it, no issues, because of those notches and the way it's set up. So again, you know, some people worry about that. What about my red dot goes down? What am I going to do? Go back to your iron sights. So I'm saying train to both, don't get me wrong, but literally people with this red dot on there, you put the dot on whatever it's going to hit, as long as it's, you know, adjusted correctly, boom, it's going to hit it. So that's really nice. That's why all you competition guys obviously use red dots. Work really well. So you get 2 magazines, 12 and a 15 rounder. Do larger magazines fit? So this is my 18 plus 2 or 3, I can't remember, on this base plate. It's a Taylor Freelance base plate for my race gun. If you look, of course they do fit. So if you want to buy one of these larger magazines to have as a backup situation where you could keep maybe 1 or 2 of these in your bag. Now, there was some controversy. Matter of fact, before I even bought this gun from this guy, I asked this guy this question. Does the magazines drop free? It's literally almost like a 50-50 shot. So make sure what you're buying, the magazines drop free. I've seen tons of these videos about this gun, and the magazines did not drop free, and that was one of the complaints. Every one of my magazines drops free. No issues. So I don't know, guys, and it kind of just really shoots them out there. It's not like it's barely coming. I mean, it shoots them out there pretty good. So I don't know. If you're going to pick one up at the store, check for that function. I'd hate for you to buy it, and once you buy a firearm, it's yours kind of thing. It's used at that point. They consider it, and they really don't want to take it back. So check that if you're buying one in a store to make sure that it is drop-free magazines. I don't know if the tolerances are a little off in the firearm, in the magazine runs, or what the deal was, but yeah, this one drops free, and I asked him that prior to purchase. I said, just FYI, does this thing, quick question, does it drop free? And he said, yes, I've tested it, it does, and he understood why I asked, because he'd seen the same thing, but both his drop free. So, just FYI, on the Sig Romeo, you're going to take out that plate that I told you about and add that little plastic plate to put on this, but it came with this little cover, this hood, and it's metal, and it's designed to kind of sacrifice this over your sight if you would drop it. But there's a design flaw, at least in this way it's set up. For you that are used to mounting these, look at that real quick before I tell you what's wrong with it. Say what's wrong with it. All right, for you smart people that have mounted these, you'll know what's wrong with it. For the others, maybe not. It's missing the 2 front holes. Normally these have, all these optic mounts have 2 in the front and 2 in the rear. And it slides down on it, and that's how it works. This one, no. It's missing, I don't know if that's a design flaw. I don't know if this is designed for something else firearm-wise, but it does not work on this one. And I've never seen one with that kind of hole pattern. Any type of mount, like firearms mount, for a red dot. It's always got 2 in the front, 2 in the rear, and depends on what it is, how the spacing is. I've never seen anything like that with no holes in the front. So I have no clue why that is like that. It does come with a trigger safety if you want to use that. Again, new owner might want to use that, I guess. Personally wouldn't, but that's okay. But if you are looking for a beginner setup, holster ready, everything's there for you, just kind of get it and learn how to shoot it, this right here would be an option for you. Again, you can buy the one with the optic, going to pay more for it, or add the optic to it. Just any gun shop can mount that optic, guys. So if you're new to guns and you want to put those two together in a package, get the local gun folks that you're buying from to install it. Watch a few videos. It's not hard. You do not really have to be all that mechanically inclined. It's really hard to not mount it correctly. And then just learn how to sight it in. You'll be good to go. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. If you got any questions, post those below. If you got any experience with the Canik line of firearms, or especially the SC, let me know. Share that with us. It's always helpful. Looking for the perfect beginner style gun, whatever, or somebody looking into optics carry now, I think this right here would be a good fit. I will do a range report. I'm not foreseeing any issues based on my other experience with Canik, with the SFX and all that. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be excellent, like it always is. But anyway, guys, appreciate you tuning in. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Bring another video shortly. Have a great day.